All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Chamber Chat. I am your host, Jeff Griffin, Peoria Area Chamber of Commerce and CEO Counsel. Guest today, Rolland Millington. I knew I'd get that.
You got it right off the bat.
I got it right off. You just got to go for it, man.
You just got to step out there.
How many times has that name been butchered for syllabus day and introductions and so forth?
Oh, man. I play, actually, one of my things that I do is I play in a band with Brian Carroll.
Okay.
Shout out to Brian.
There you go.
Brian and I have been in a band for almost two and a half years now, and he still mispronounces it.
Well, I don't feel so bad
now.
then. I don't feel so bad. We're going to go from Rolland from now on.
Yeah.
Rolland Millington.
Rolland.
All right. Rolland is, so I don't hear about that band a little bit later. We didn't get that pre-show. Rolland is the owner of RM3Media, a new business, and a new business to the Chamber of Commerce and a new business to Greater Peoria. So we're here to talk about that.
Yeah.
Rolland, tell us, what do you guys do?
RM3Media is a marketing, basically it's me. Like I said, I'm the CEO and chief bottle washer.
Yeah.
It is something that I've been doing somewhat under the radar for the last year or so, a little bit here and a little bit there, picking up a little bit more work. So I'm not new to the marketing game in Peoria. I have advertising agency connections in a past life.
Yeah.
So what I've concentrated on my business on is helping small businesses to market themselves effectively, efficiently, and especially cost effectively, getting their name out there in a variety of different ways, whether it be traditional media, strategy, branding, design work, execution of that design, audio, video, especially seeing more of an emphasis on social media optimization and transitioning smaller businesses from out of their comfort zone in social media into a more stronger position there.
So we were just talking about that with our producer and owner of Peoria Life, Tim Johnson, before we went on the air. Like right now we're doing live Facebook, and we know we get more views. Thank you guys for tuning in and liking, sharing, all that stuff. We get more if we do these live, and Tim knows that way better than me, and you know that way better than me. But what we talked to me about, we have 1,100 businesses in the Chamber of Commerce, and if you're a cupcake maker, you like to make cupcakes, and you may not know about this, how to optimize, how to get your cupcakes in front of more customers. And that's where folks like you come in. So what mistakes are small businesses making? And I like the word, solutions and affordable solutions, because you know how it is, you're trying to get a business off the ground.
It's incredibly tough.
Yeah. What mistakes are small businesses making, and how can you help them?
I'd really try not to focus on mistakes so much, because those are things that happened in the past. There are positions where you're at in business at a given time, and the important thing is to identify where you're at, what your obstacles are, who your market is, and to move forward from there. It's the exact same as if you were marketing 20 years ago as you are now. The same considerations and concerns are all there, and they're all very valid. What I think that a small business can do now, more so than they could 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, everyone was like, oh, the internet? The internet? What? Nowadays, it's very common. Everybody has the internet on their smartphone, on their tablet, on whatever device that they happen to have in hand. And what small business owners can take advantage of now that wasn't available 20 years ago is the incredibly effective cost measures that they can leverage. The larger buys for television and radio and newsprint and the traditional medias were a lot of times very difficult for small business owners to go about engaging with that media as an advertising platform. Now, it's very cost effective. What would have cost thousands of dollars to reach the number of people now costs $25, $50, $100, $150. Your monthly ad spend could have been $10,000 to $15,000, and that drops dramatically. It makes it much more effective per reach.
So our newspaper and radio people don't like that news, but you're right. It's good news. It's good news for the small businesses as they try to maximize
on who you're trying to reach, because traditional media still has an important place and still an important role.
Right.
People are still engaging with it, and these television and radio and newsprint are still holding on to their platforms very well, because they do have a viable space in the market, and they're enhancing and increasing their offerings to do that.
And we talk about that a lot at the Chamber of Commerce work. There's a big movement at the Chamber. We've been around 115 years. Chambers of Commerce have been around, and people now with social media and other ways to get your business in front of people, do we need a chamber of commerce? I believe people still like to do business with people they know, and you can do that whether it's through traditional media or through the services you guys offer. But if I'm a small business and I want to match up with RM3Media, how do I go about reaching out to you, getting involved, and getting a quote, getting a package put together? What's that look like?
Well, basically what happens is a consumer will realize that they have a need to market themselves, whether it's from brand consistency, whether it's social media, whether it's traditional media, no matter what it is. I've covered it all over the course of my career, and I have tailored the ability to do that to a small business market because it's an underserved niche. Can be very cost effective. What they would need to do is find me on Facebook, or find my website, RM3Media.com.
Okay.
There are actually some resources that I'm developing on there that are free to help the small business consumers understand their marketing needs better. And those are all free. They can contact me either via email, via phone, carrier pigeon, send a dirigible. That's totally fine. But when they get a hold of me, set up a consultation. I don't charge for consultations. I don't charge for people to find out whether or not that there's a fit there. I don't feel right about that. What I do feel right about is helping small businesses to get greater market impact.
And you're a one-man show.
Like I said, CEO and chief bottle washer.
I know the feeling, man. I was changing light bulbs here one day, and somebody came in and said, "Don't you have somebody to change light bulbs?" I said, "Yeah, it's me." That's the guy. Tim helps me out once in a while.
Many small business owners, they know that they need to be on social media, but they can't at the same time. They're the ones taking out the garbage. They're the ones changing the light bulbs. They're the ones ringing up the cash register. For them to also try to go out and optimize their social media, it becomes very difficult for them. That you're frazzled at the end of your 70 or 80-hour work week, and it's almost impossible to put a brain cell on that, let alone enough to actually effectively do it.
Guest today, Rolland Millington, owner of RM3Media, new business, new Chamber of Commerce member. Thank you again for that. You're on PeoriaLife.com, Chamber Chat. So, Rolland, you mentioned a couple times you're not new to the market. This isn't your first rodeo in terms of what have you done in Peoria? What brought you to this exciting opportunity of opening your own business?
What brought me to, really, it was kind of a necessity at that point. I was with a company that I was a remote employee. The position left, and they pulled it internally. I couldn't move to where the company was located, so it became something that was, if you're going to make a living, you do exactly what you know. And I had a couple of people that, "Oh, you're back in the game?" And yeah, I'm back in the game. And so a little bit happened, and a little bit happened, and a little bit happened. And it developed into the launch that happened earlier this year, soft launch. And then, of course, coming into the Peoria Area Chamber of Commerce, I found out that the business work that was out there was viable. And I'm like, well, then if you're going to do it, do it. Join the Peoria Area Chamber of Commerce because of, like you said, the networking opportunities. The necessity to have that kind of networking capacity is important. That's why chambers exist. And the work that the chamber does is very viable, and they court their chamber members very, very carefully and very, very helpfully. I've had nothing but great experiences with the chamber in the past, as well as
you got to get you on my board of directors here. I might ask for a pay raise, or Susie should somebody should get a pay raise. But no, it's very, very kind of you. And just to pile on that a little bit. No matter what business folks are in, I mean, we have 85% of our businesses are small employers, 25. I mean, we have Caterpillar and the hospitals and Bradley and Komatsu, of course, all of them. But most of you guys are small businesses. So that's the audience we speak to a lot in terms of connecting folks. And when I see at a business after hours or at an ambassador event or whatever, people making those professional and personal connections that are going to last for a great deal of time, that's very meaningful.
It is, and it's the best way to create a long-lasting business environment, because what you need there are the personal interactions. Because I can go out there and I can tell you that I can reach 30,000 people for $100.
Right.
Most people would be like, "Really? Can I get in my wallet faster?" But at the same time, if they don't know you, if they don't have an understanding of who you are, if they don't have those meetings where they take a deep dive into understanding their marketing better, because I've encountered a lot of people in local businesses that have no idea, how do I tell how much I should spend? Where should I be spending it? All those things. Those are conversations that are deep dives. But trusting that person to take you there is what's important.
But you can help with that. You mentioned, you go to RM3Media.com, right? RM3Media.com. You can find Rolland's information there. Look him up. We're talking, you come in, somebody lays out, hey, here's my marketing budget. What can we put together? And you can work with them on a free consult, right?
Yeah, it's a free consult. I don't charge people for meetings. I don't charge people to take phone calls. I don't charge people to answer emails. It's just, if I'm doing work for you, you're paying for it. And if I'm not doing work for you, you're not paying for it.
But if somebody comes to you, what I want to get across is people should not feel intimidated to reach out and say, hey, this is my marketing budget. It might be modest, but Rolland can work with that and sculpt a project to your business.
Yeah, I'm a modest businessman as well, so I totally understand small. I've been in a business that was small, went big, so I totally understand the desire to grow, the desire to create something bigger. There is really no small marketing budget. There are just budgets that haven't been optimized to deliver.
Oh man, I like this guy. I like the optimism. I love it. All right. So look, anything else you want to say about RM3Media before I ask you about this band? Because I got to get into that a little bit.
Okay. Just that I am really excited about meeting people, being at the Business After Hours. If you see me at a Business After Hours, please, if you have any questions, come up, ask questions. Like I said, there are no small budgets. There are just budgets that haven't been optimized to deliver as effectively as they could be.
All right. So the band. What instrument do you play? What's the genre?
I play upright bass. It is cornwolves. It is all request. We're actually doing a benefit for one of our members and another friend at Mackinac Valley Vineyards, another chamber member.
I love Mackinac Valley.
Yeah, doing some fantastic stuff there. It's the Bands of Brothers benefit. I've got to put a plug in there.
No problem. When is it?
Bands of Brothers is two of our members, George Herbst and B.J. Price. George is a member of Jam Sandwich. They are both have encountered a great deal of medical bills lately, and as musicians, they're incredibly well loved. They've played hundreds of benefits between them, and so we thought, you know what, it's time that gets returned. Right. So we started calling some friends. Diane Hahn from the Vineyard.
Yeah, beautiful.
On like that, just like that. I mean, that's the type of people.
She's phenomenal.
Oh, just great.
So
people.
when is it?
October 22nd, which is a Sunday, from 2 o'clock until 8 p.m. 5 bands, Cornwolves. Jam Sandwich is finishing the night, but you also get The Shake, Bogart Jones, and Bubblegum Jack.
Man.
It's great.
All right, so look, I'm glad we got into this because Mackinac Valley Vineyard, October 22nd, 2 to 10.
2 to 8.
2 to 8. 2 to 8. Yes. I'll be there till 10. So
probably will too.
2 to 8, and you can go to Mackinac Valley to find information on that.
You go to Mackinac Valley, or just search Bands of Brothers on Facebook. You'll find the group there.
Band of Brothers. I'm going to check that out. So Jam Sandwich, they played at the Quest after prom. Not after prom. The Quest.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
Forgetting the name of it. I was victorious, by the way, as the king fundraiser. Well, I was thankful to people that donated money, and all that money went to Quest. But so here's the thing. We'll just say this on the internet, get it out of the way. Had a rented powder blue tuxedo in celebration of the throwback prom. That was what it was called.
Yes.
Lots of Violent Femmes being played.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of U2. It was good stuff. And I split my pants. I split the tuxedo pants.
That's the only way
there
to
it is,
do it.
live on the internet. You have that. And had to mend those before I shipped them back on the.
But that's the only way to party. If you have not partied until you've split your pants at the throwback prom.
I find that to be the case. And my wife felt the same way. And we had a great time. But they're a great band. These are great people, and it's a great cause.
Yes, absolutely.
So very good. Rolland Millington, owner, RM3Media, new business. Check them out. RM3Media.com. Get yourself a free consult and a free quote to maximize. Say the line again. There's no small budget.
There's no small budgets. There are just budgets that have not been optimized for effectiveness.
Boom. Thanks for joining Chamber Chat.
Thanks.
PeoriaLife.com